Clickbaity political. Yeah, thirst trap, trap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard. Every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad, let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad, thirst trap. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad.
Yo. Good evening, everyone. Ladies, gentlemen, gender conforming individuals, and all those folks who love life. Welcome to another episode of Clickbaity, Political Thirst Trap. I am one half of your host and 1/5 of the Clickbaity team, Marcus Farrell, Marcus for America, coming at you live from Atlanta, Georgia. And I am with my brother from another mother, my counterpart from the heart, my dog from the start, Mondale Robinson. What's good, baby?
What up, though, man? Shout out to everybody that's watching us. Y'all be sure to go ahead and let's just get it out the way right now. Share this shit because it's going to be juicy tonight. Go ahead and share it. Subscribe on YouTube if you've not already done that, and be sure to smash that like button. What's good, yo, Marcus? How you doing, brother?
Well, I can't front. I'm doing very well, man. I'm doing very well. I'm happy to see, just like tonight on social media since like 4 o'clock. I've just seen some amazing work happening in the middle of COVID. I saw Black Voters Matter. They are out there at the at Hartsfield International Airport right now, protesting. I saw B. Wynn, State Representative Wynn, doing her podcast, doing her Facebook Live right now. Y'all don't have to leave us because you can watch it later on. Make sure you stick live with us. But there's a lot of good stuff going on. People are actually doing the work, trying to stay positive, trying to like fight the system and bring recognition to issues that have been ignored, man. So I'm feeling good, man, because people out here fighting, bro. Like, you know, it can't be doom and gloom every day. And I know we do a lot of doom and gloom, but that's why we clown the way that we clown. How about you, man?
Man, listen, I mean, I'm super excited about all of the work that's going on, man. You know, people forget that this political shit is not just when a presidential election is happening, man. If we're not fighting, if we're not protesting, if we're not pushing back on elected officials all the time, they'll run rampant, man. And we see Republican-controlled states acting just like voting is for a select group of folk, and we know what it's based in, bro. I mean, so let's keep it a buck. This is all about them seeing the rising tide. They putting all these sandbags up because they see what's happening, man. The people that are registering to vote, the people that are coming of age, they're Black and brown folk, man. And we're talking about in the Sun Belt, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Florida, Arizona. They know who's registering to vote or who's about to be old enough to vote. And they don't look like they're voters, old white folk or non-educated white folk. And they're nervous as hell. So what they're doing is trying to restrict voting so they can hold on to their power. To mix that up with this gerrymandering that they're about to do. So we already know what it is, man. 2020 showed them that their days are numbered, and they're trying to damn sure extend them days as long as possible, my friend. But people like I said, Black Voters Matter, B. Win, all of those folk, man, are our people, and they're doing what's necessary to make sure that motherfucking elected officials are reminded that we are the real power. That perceived power that they thought they had got shook last year. So yeah, man, I'm excited about what's happening right now in this country.
Yeah, I want to give another shout out to leader D. Dawkins Hagler, friend of the show, and also friend of just personal friend, and actually has helped me out when it comes down to some of my personal business. Also, I want to give her a shout out for her appearance on Roland Martin today, and you know. And yourself, like, and the Trap Squad, man. Look, y'all showed up. Y'all showed up with me and old Frosty over there. You see old Frosty over there? That black man got a beautiful smile over there, though. I love me some Mondale Robinson. Y'all have no earthly idea. That's my boy right there. Listen, okay, check this out now. I'm gonna do something because, brother, you hit us up on Twitter, and you know for a fact that I'm a lover and not a hater. And my brother, what's the brother name, Dwayne? We got his name? This brother said, you know what I'm saying? This brother said, you know I can sing. Mark Saunders. Mark Saunders, are you anywhere in the world right now, Mark Saunders? Because Mark Saunders, we about to show your clip, and we know you tried your hardest, but we gonna show your clip. You know what I'm talking about? So, Mark Saunders.
Y'all keep sending us. Y'all keep sending us. Y'all. Let's show the world your talent. Let's go.
Show the world your talent. Let's show the world your talent. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Whoa, oh my shattered dreams and
Turn it up now.
broken hearts are mending on the shelf. I saw you holding hands, standing close to someone else. Now I sit all alone,
Hit that note
wishing all my feeling was gone. I can't get over you. Nothing for me to do, but I've one last cry, one last cry.
Okay, now.
Before I leave it all behind.
I hate the Trap Squad.
I gotta put you out of my mind for the very last time. Been living a lie.
Okay, now.
I guess I'm down. I guess I'm down. I guess
Fucking squad is.
Zen Master, you're ridiculous.
Somebody say Meghan McCain. Man, why y'all just waiting?
Last cry.
Courtney said he had his moments. I'll be damned.
Hey, first, thank you for showing your talent, bro. And the Trap Squad had some lovely insights about how they felt about your voice. But I'll tell you, you can sing better than most people.
Damn right he can.
Yeah,
he definitely sing better than me.
Most people.
And he's sitting down. I think he's got to work on his breathing. He was taking breaths at the wrong time. The brother can sing though. He definitely sounds a lot better than me.
Well, yeah, he sounds a lot better than me, but on the same token, like, you know what I'm talking about? Make sure you get your editing team and your quality control team together before you start sending stuff to the Trap Squad, because they're gonna give you. But thank you very much. You know us. We go.
Somebody said Trey Wrongs. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Anybody that had anything to say about this brother, you gotta send us a song. Send us you singing.
Yeah, singing. Yeah, if y'all got a problem with him, yes. Hey, listen. So, so does that get a thumbs up? That gives a thumbs up for me. The second time I heard it, I appreciated it a lot more than the first time I heard it. So does that get but if you're giving a thumbs down, Dwayne, you got Kyrsten Sinema, the anime Kyrsten Sinema. Yeah, if you give it a thumbs up, then go ahead, give him a thumbs up, because y'all know y'all ain't no goddamn good. Y'all can't sing, and if you could sing, you had the nerve to jump on the microphone and send it to us, you do it your damn self. But if you can't sing, matter of fact, I got respect for people who can't sing, but put themselves on a video.
You talking about me?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. Well, I mean,
because I can't sing it. I'm the worst singer in the world. Like nobody is worse than me. You remember?
You've been on the track already, though.
Yeah, you remember? When
Yeah, we got your album cover. Show the album
I swear
cover
to God, Dwayne, I swear to God, if y'all, I swear to God, if y'all put that shit up, man, I swear to God.
Shout out to the Trap Squad for creating.
If y'all put that shit up, I'm not showing up tomorrow.
21 debut release single called what? What's
I know. That's why I said it.
Where's Boom, frosted chocolate.
Yo, fuck the internet. Fuck the internet. Fuck you, Marcus, for screenshotting that shit, and Dwayne for the fucking graphics. Y'all are an evil team.
We didn't do that. That was from the Trap Squad themselves.
Oh, somebody in the squad did that? Well, goddamn. All right. Y'all got me with the screen froze. Listen, here's what I got to say to y'all. I don't like your mothers. Whoever did that, I don't like your mother.
Oh.
Every time I come on the show, I get stressed out. You see what I'm saying? Frosty chocolate. Y'all motherfuckers was wild as shit. And why I look like somebody old ass freaky uncle in that picture? Hey, put that shit back up. I'm about to roast myself in that picture. Put that shit back up. This nigga right here. This the nigga you don't want around your aunt or your daughter. Look at this motherfucker. Nigga, he look like he stole everything from the pots in your kid. This nigga stole your air conditioning. He stole the copper out of your pipes.
And looked at you just like that.
Look at this nigga. This nigga has been in more schoolyard fights and lost more than anybody you know. This nigga talk shit for no reason. Look at him. Get this nigga off the screen. Who is he? Frosty chocolate. And for the record, my rap name is MC Folgers. Y'all motherfuckers got it fucked up.
AKA the Frosty chocolate.
Marcus, what's popping in the news today, baby? Let's get political.
Yo, we got a lot. But before we get started, I do need to show this one thing. Y'all found that picture yet? The Sinema picture. He's gonna throw that on. I'm talking about the thumbs down Kyrsten picture. Okay. All right, we'll get into the news. Matter of fact, every single time that we say no to something.
Andy talk about Monday, are you not somebody freaky uncle? Listen, Andy, you stay out my goddamn business. Looking like the food stamp version of Jay-Z.
Oh my God, boy, what would y'all do without Trap Squad, man? Listen, we're not gonna be here tomorrow night, so y'all might want to rewind that one and break down Mondale literally roasting himself. Only one place you can get that from. So
only
for me. News real quick.
Yeah, that's good.
Yo, Meghan McCain, man.
Oh my God.
So I think Meghan McCain would have given a thumbs down, like Kyrsten should be given a thumbs down, like Kyrsten Sinema or her father, the late John McCain. Meghan McCain turns identity politics rant into a major self-own. We've only had one Asian American co-host on this show. Does that mean one of us should be leaving because there's not enough representation? She asked. Meghan McCain turned a rant about identity politics into a major self-own on Wednesday's episode of The View. McCain took issue on Tuesday with Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth's move to oppose any non-diversity nominees put forward by President Joe Biden, unless the White House appointed more Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders to high-level positions in his administration. Duckworth and Senator Mazie Hirono of Hawaii, I hope I said that right, Senator, reached an agreement with the Biden administration. We're going to a place where even if people need money, even if people are qualified to get into Ivy Leagues, race, gender is more important than your skill qualifications. The content of your character is not what Martin Luther King Jr. preached, McCain said.
Jesus Christ.
This is very, very slippery slope. McCain then brought her argument about the natural progression of identity politics close to the home, and things got really awkward. The View is 25 years old next year. Damn, really? Yeah, no, you know what? Let's just show the clip instead of Marcus talking.
Excluded women farmers. And so we're going to a place where even if people need money, even if people are qualified to get into Ivy Leagues, race and gender is more important than your skill qualifications, the content of your character. It is not what Martin Luther King Jr. preached. I think this is a very, very slippery slope. I was very surprised to hear someone like Tammy Duckworth say something like this. She got a lot of blowback from a lot of people, not just on the right. And I think this is actually just the natural progression of identity politics. And I will say, just to put a cap on this, The View is 25 years old next year. We've only had one Asian American co-host this show. So does that mean that one of us should be leaving at some point because there's not enough representation? We're talking about, is identity politics more important than qualifications of a job? And I think that's a question going forward that the progressive left is going to have to reconcile.
Okay, and before we go, because we're going to go and take a break, eventually we're going to come back and talk about the black farmers.
Don't forget now, listen. This is a person who's famous for her dad. She's famous because of her dad. She's on that show because of her dad. Play clip 2.
My father, my father, my father, my father, my father, my father, my father is my father, my father is my father, my father, my father, I mean, my father, 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 my father,
no, I want to keep this going.
My father, 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 my father's my father, my father. My father, 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 my father's my father, 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 my father's my father, my father, my father's my father, my father, my father, my father's my father, my father's my father, 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 my father. I am John McCain's daughter.
I'm John McCain's daughter. I'm so glad. Listen, that second clip is perfect. My father, let me finish the sentence for you. Your father made racist jokes about the Iranian president, Mahmoud, what's his name? Mahmoud? I can't remember his name. Anyway, I can remember his name. I can't say his fucking name because I'm country. But her dad made jokes, called him a monkey, right? I remember that. Mm-hmm. He made that joke. He also made Islamic jokes during the fucking war. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Stop Asian Hate, which is what she tweeted today, didn't your dad say, I hate the fucking gooks? Yeah, he did. That's what he said. So that's who your father is, and that's the only reason you got a fucking platform. She's talking about, she's so, I mean, like the ridiculousness of this ideal about identity politics. It's so funny to me. What the fuck do you think American politics, all politics are identity politics? This is a dumb, saying I hate when people talk about identity politics because it makes no sense at all. All politics should be about identity, period. Furthermore, to sit on a stage and brag that you've been around for 25 years and talent is the reason that people should have a job, and you know goddamn well you don't have no talent, she's lost her fucking mind. Yeah, somebody should be replaced. Hopefully it's you soon.
Well, I mean, so
not to mention last year, I remember this shit when fucking Donald Trump was calling coronavirus the China virus. She made like it was no big deal. She literally was on an interview on Fox talking about like, you know, how you know, it's political. The left is trying to make this a politically correct name. And then she ended it by saying the virus did start in Wuhan. Like she was fucking going along with this shit. So it's not just like, Donald Trump that was problematic. It was her, and she's been problematic. And the fact that she can sit up there with so much confidence with culture appropriating black people hairdos is absolutely fucking disgusting. Not just because she's appropriating black people hairdo, because it was done wrong and it was ugly as shit. It looked like blonde shit through the middle of her head. Fuck Meghan McCain.
So, folks, our conversations about white.
Look at her looking like a white gremlin. Look at her. Like fucking Spike from the Gremlins and shit.
Our conversations about white supremacy are not working. That's what I'm taking from this. Our conversations about white supremacy, they're just not working. And the reason why I say they're not working is because we need them to understand what white supremacy is in order to completely defeat it. And she makes these arguments about identity, not realizing that she has lived her whole life. And by the way, Meghan McCain, I know where you're, and this is not to put them out there because it's public information, but one of McCain's main properties is right off of Central Avenue. And Central Avenue in Phoenix, Arizona. You could take that road, you can go directly down to the black neighborhoods, Central Avenue, right? And I've driven up there, and she's lived a life of complete privilege. And as many times as she said, my father, it should let you know what her qualifications have always looked like. What qualified means to her. Qualified means to her is my dad. That's what qualified means to her. Secondly, Meghan McCain is a tool of white supremacy. And I said this yesterday, but I'm going to officially say it today. Marcus Farrell, at least this portion of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, my half, is officially declaring war on white supremacy today. And now I don't mean a violent war where you pull out guns and you try to shoot people or you go blow up something. Don't do that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an economic, social, and mental war against white supremacy. From this day on, Trap Squad, I am personally declaring war on white supremacy. Now, what does that mean? That means that
you're at war with America.
Well, I mean, my existence has been at war with America, but more specifically, because also we were both military veterans, and we can claim America also, right? I'm not going to let anybody take America from me. So no, I'm not at war with America. I'm at war with white supremacists in America, because my America is not that. Huh?
That's how I feel about the Democratic Party.
And well, I mean, yeah. Listen. What is white supremacy? Are there white supremacists in the Democratic Party? You goddamn right. Are there people who prescribe to white supremacy in the Democratic Party? Absolutely. There's a lot more of them in the Republican Party. White supremacy is being iffy about ending the filibuster. We need to go to war with that. White supremacy is allowing Meghan McCain to say whatever she wants to with no pushback. We got to go to war with that. Because here's the thing, white supremacy has done more than we've seen in the past when other things happen and we've declared war upon those things. Check it out. White supremacy has killed more people than 9/11. That's right. White supremacy has killed more people than 9/11. Many more people.
Man, white supremacy is at the root
has
of
caused us a
death.
war. White supremacy has lost us billions and billions and billions of dollars in America. So economically, socially, the feasibility of white supremacy doesn't belong in the right America. Therefore, I'm declaring war on white supremacy. And I know white supremacists are going to be like, good, we finally got us a nigger we can shoot. No, y'all, I mean, it's going to be tough. I'm going to be a tough dude. But that's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for people to actually call out white supremacy like it was terrorism and you were living in 2002, the year after 9/11. For those of you who are old enough to remember 9/11, you remember how America was just so anti-brown, anti-Muslim, anti-anything that was from the Middle East? You remember that?
Shit, not just the Middle East. We changed the name of French fries to American fries because France wouldn't go to this fucking bullshit-ass war with us.
Come on now. Come on now. It's time for the government to declare war on white, because unless we actually put funding behind it, unless we actually put resources behind it, unless we actually defeat it in a war, it won't. And this is not an armed battle. This is a battle of mentalities. White supremacy must be shamed. White supremacy must be taken out. Not white people, white supremacy. White people can be a part of the fight against white supremacy. It's that simple. Because Meghan McCain can get on television and talk about identity politics, because there's a lot of people who prescribe to her version of white supremacy.
You want to know what
Yeah.
identity politics is? It's her
Go ahead, man.
party. It's her party trying to restrict people's ability to vote, to participate in democracy. You want to know what white supremacy is, or what identity politics is? It's the fact that our criminal justice system performs the way it does, the way our public school system performs the way it does. Yeah. So hell yeah, war. Let's be at war with it. Again, I still think, we are products of America, Marcus, and veterans, and still doesn't change the fact that the America that we were fighting for, the America that we love, does not exist, right? So we love America, the idea of what it should be, or what it purports to be, but the actual America is white supremacy. It's textbook white supremacy, and I think to launch this proverbial war, or this nonviolent war that you're talking about, is a huge feat. And then I think it should have been something that we should have been talking about this a long time ago anyway, in an organized manner. Like, we should point it out. We shouldn't call shit anything other than white supremacy when it is. When we talk about privilege, I hate when we say privilege, because privilege is code for white supremacy. It's sulfur for their ears. But if you're celebrating your privilege, you're celebrating white supremacy. If you're living in your privilege, you're living in white supremacy. And whether you acknowledge it or not, it's still white supremacy. So I think you're absolutely right, and I think it should be a concerted effort for everybody that loves freedom, or that talks about democracy in a way that makes America exceptional, while we know it's not. Our democracy has fallen again. If you look at the ratings of democracy throughout the world, America's rating fell again today, even lower on those democracy that are offering its citizens protections, of necessary protections to feel full or whole. So fuck yeah, let's go to war with white supremacy. And I'm with the squad when they call it the Twisted Tea Caucus.
That's right. So I guess my question is, a war without violence is a Cold War, right?
Shit. Even the Cold War had violence.
Even the Cold War had a lot of violence, had a lot of espionage and violence. But still, from what I understand, even a war without violence is a Cold War.
It's a Cold War, because, yeah. But listen, but Marcus, I mean, when we think about the Cold War, when you evoke that, I mean, think about the violence that Cuba is still suffering because of America. That's a relic of America's Cold War with the USSR, right? So, I mean, if you think about how many Cubans are dying or did die unnecessarily because of our blockade, and think about like the economic violence that America is doing currently against that country, its closest neighbor, that's not connected. It's absolutely disgusting, man. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, we need to figure out something different. Because, I mean, to be honest with you, Meghan McCain, in her white supremacist statement, yeah, and I'm going to call it that, she managed to do the famous Republican thing of invoking Dr. Martin Luther King.
Oh.
Dr. King would have slapped the taste out your mouth for saying that. Actually, he wouldn't have, because he's a proper guy. But Dr. King definitely wouldn't have agreed with you. And I wish these Republicans would stop using Dr. Martin Luther King for stuff that says, hey, we need to think about that for a second, Trap Squad, America Mondale. Think about that for a second. Dr. King, she invoked Dr. King's name while saying we shouldn't basically subscribe to a country that's more diverse.
Absolutely. Listen, I think we need to make that a broader statement. Democrats that aren't fighting for equity need to stop evoking Dr. King's name as well. Not just Republicans, all of them.
I agree.
I mean, if you're not advocating for on the behalf of poor people, if you're not fighting for a livable wage, then you shouldn't be allowed to evoke Martin Luther King's name. That's his legacy. Not that march that happened on the Capitol. That wasn't his legacy. His legacy is what he died for: poor people, fighting for poor people.
Dwayne, do you have that picture of Kyrsten Sinema yet? Just throw that on screen real quick. Yeah, this is what we think of you. This is what we think of you, Meghan McCain. You still don't have the graphic I sent. Look at the text message thread from today. The anime graphic I sent. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't see that. Yeah. Right. So, well, I mean, you know,
Marcus,
it is what it is.
So why he's pulling up that? Why he's pulling up that? Let's go ahead and go to another topic because I think I got hot with Meghan. I can't believe the fact that she's still on. I don't understand how she's still on The View, but for them wanting, they know, just like Donald Trump, that train wreck will bring them viewership. And that shit is disgusting in itself because she's spewing hate on that platform and she's getting away with it. And it's absolutely disgusting. And it can't be decoupled from what's happening to our Asian brothers and sisters. It just can't be.
No, Meghan McCain is on that show because there's a lot of white women in America who believe every single word that she says. It's all about ratings, bro. There you go. Hey, zoom in on the mask real quick. Zoom in on the mask real quick, Dwayne. FTP, but not the police, the poor. I don't know.
It's absolutely disgusting that she gets. This is another example, like Marcus, that the post you had about this woman is trolling her constituents. When she posted it about women's pay today was absolutely disgusting, and her saying that she's fighting for all Arizonan women to have, you know, better pay, equal pay, is absolutely disgusting, and it's a fucking lie. It's fraudulent. You're not. You're literally against $15 an hour, which would benefit women in Arizona and all over this country, and everybody for that matter that's working the, you know, low wage jobs. It's absolutely disgusting, man. She thinks people don't deserve dignity when it's time to vote on it, but on Twitter she's all about dignity, which is bullshit.
Well, if you notice something, she's been the most active that she has in her whole career online ever since voting no on including $15 an hour in the bill, and she's been posting fluff pieces, and she's been posting. It's like her blatant disregard for the intelligence of her constituents is one of the worst things that I've ever seen from a politician. She expects Arizonans to forget that she voted no against it. So she's posting more and more. I mean, fluff articles. Look at this doggy. Look at this kitty. This person was so great in the past. This person believes in, and now today when she was posting about a woman who was fighting for equity in Arizona, to me, it was just like, you're gaslighting your constituents, and you're just waiting for the tide to pass. So shout out to all the folks in Arizona, and I hope there is a groundswell of people who keep a campaign going on either against her or to pressure her, because without that, we can't have short memories anymore, America. We got too much internet. We can't have short memories, and we can't forget that Kyrsten Sinema curtsied while she was saying no to giving a better wage for Americans. It's that simple. And then she refuses to answer the questions about why she did it. Not one interview on the topic.
She just told somebody, kids, you should be hungry. You know, and made a joke about it.
Yeah, I know we went back to her again, just like we'll probably go back to DC statehood again at some point. We're going to go back to her for a while because she's a Democrat.
Before you guys move completely on, you guys talking about MLK and like white people got me to remember about Nina Turner and her exchange with a white woman on CNN.
You got that?
I'm sending that to Dwayne right now.
Yeah. No, that'll be great. The whole usage of Martin Luther King by Republicans and people who would have been trying to get J. Edgar Hoover to arrest him or kill him now are the same people who invoke his name now. If these politicians, if Meghan McCain was alive in the 1960s, do you think she would support Martin Luther King?
Hell no. Hell no. At the expense of her losing her privileged space? Absolutely not.
I mean, shit, he wasn't polling really high in the black community. Her
Right.
ass wasn't going to support Martin. As a matter of fact, if we want to look at Arizona, the state that she's from, the last state in the union that refused to acknowledge Martin Luther King's birthday.
Didn't her dad vote against that?
Her dad voted against it, my friend.
Didn't he vote against that?
Her dad voted against it, my friend.
Yeah, that's what I thought. My dad.
No, my father. My father.
Whatever.
You got that clip, Tunde, Dwayne?
Man. Yeah. That shit is absolutely ridiculous. And I think people may think we're just harping on this topic. We're not actually, because this is what people believe is not violent. This is violence, man. Like the fact that people are starving and Sinema thinks she can just, curtsy in front of the fucking camera. Like everything about that was wrong. Like I don't even get what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely disgusting. They will never reference Malcolm X. They will never reference him because it was too much truth telling in his words, and it wasn't polite when he was doing it. He sat on their shows with all of his dignity and told them the truth about themselves, and was unafraid about it. So yeah, they would never reference Malcolm Little because he was too much of a fucking truth teller. So, and that's no shade at MLK, but MLK was more palatable for them. He was. I mean,
honestly, he wasn't. We're looking by today's standards, maybe.
No, we're talking context. In the context of what was going on in the 60s, Malcolm X was a whole lot more fucking fire than MLK.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, let's play that clip real quick. Republicans,
well, it shouldn't scare people. I mean, it's very much in the tradition of President FDR. It's in the same spirit. It's in the spirit of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who in his letter to the Birmingham jail warned us being the black community, about white moderates.
Nina referenced Dr. Martin Luther King before, saying that he said from the Birmingham jail that we should be concerned about white moderates. That's actually not what Martin Luther King said.
That's actually exactly
what he said is we should be worried
about
the silence
Dr. Martin
of
Luther
white
King
moderates.
Jr. Are you kidding me?
Nina, wait.
No, she's making a language.
What he said was we should worry about the silence of white moderates.
Chris, what Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was talking about, he said it is the point that the white moderate wants things to be comfortable, and instead of focusing in on that, the bigger threat is not necessarily the white KKK member, but more the white moderate that is more comfortable with keeping things the same or pretending like there is no tension.
Don't use Martin Luther King against Joe Biden. You don't have that. You don't have that standing.
First of all,
I'm sorry, you don't.
Don't tell me what kind of standing I have as a black woman in America. How dare you?
You have a lot of standing as a black woman in America. You don't have the standing to attack Joe Biden using Martin Luther King's words.
I didn't attack anybody. You're taking it that way. Listen, don't dip into what I have to say about the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. How dare you, as a white woman, sit up here and try to tell me,
that is not what I said.
To tell me
don't
what
you do that.
Nina, I'm supposed to feel and what I'm doing right now.
I'm out of time on this.
That's something. Chris, I didn't jump in on her,
Nina,
though. And then she wants to jump in on me and give
first
me
of
a
all,
certain
it's not nobody's jumping in on anybody. You guys are in the same.
All right, let me just go ahead and make this official announcement. Black people can use Martin Luther King in the proper way in the context for their own purposes. But let me go a little bit deeper. Let me go deeper than that right there, because what I want you guys to realize is that a white woman, y'all just saw the Disneyfication of Martin Luther King from a white moderate woman. And she said that you don't have the standing. Hold on, Mondale. She said that you don't have the standing, meaning that she literally created a class system in her rebuttal, saying that there's only a certain class of black people that can utilize Martin Luther King to speak against Joe Biden. So this is a white woman protecting a white man, putting a black woman in a certain class to make sure that she understands her place when it comes down to actually speaking about Martin Luther King Jr. And
Hold on, Marcus. I gotta say this. Listen, there's a lot of shit going on in that clip. I hate watching that clip. First of all, Infinite. I think you're wrong, brother. Chris Cuomo did play a role in it. He interrupted Nina. He didn't interrupt Hillary. He let Hillary interrupt Nina. And I think that was that whole thing about him wanting to check Nina before he said anything about Hillary. Hillary was out of line and she was fucking wrong. She was absolutely wrong. And Nina is the exact motherfucking class that can invoke motherfucking Dr. King because she's a Black American and that's the class that she needs. Furthermore, she happens to be a fucking preacher. She's a child of a preacher and she preaches. So I don't, if a Black fucking person of the cloth can't do it, then who can? Furthermore, what is absolutely disgusting in that clip? Did you see her disdain for what Nina was saying? Nina was saying exactly what King said. And by arguing with Nina about what King said, Hillary is actually
arguing with King.
Exactly. You're absolutely arguing with what fucking King's point is, that you are the problem. Watch her shake her head when Nina's talking, like interrupt. She's like, this nigga don't know what she's talking about.
Like on some real shit, like she owns King, and you have to be a certain kind of Black person to talk about King when it comes down to Joe Biden. FYI, I think King would have been against the crime bill. We could talk about Joe Biden right now in a different context or maybe in the same context, but he's talking about Joe Biden, the man who made the crime bill, and you're talking to a Black woman whose family was affected by the crime bill. She has a police officer in Jeff. I think Jeff's a cop. I'm not certain. I think her husband was an ex-cop or a cop. It doesn't even matter because she has family members. Yeah. Jeff is a cop, and Jeff's a great guy, by the way. Or Jeff was a police officer. But even with that, like Nina is not the person that you go up to. It's like I always talk about the desperate need to neoliberalize Martin Luther King. The desperate need to turn Martin Luther King into a moderate. The desperate need to make Black folks understand the white version of what Dr. King was. We talk about this a lot, but it happens so frequently that there are probably a bunch of white moderate people who are like, yeah, Nina Turner supported Bernie Sanders and Martin Luther King wouldn't like that. I hope you understand where I'm going here, right? Like Nina Turner wants Medicare for all. Martin Luther King wouldn't like that.
Marcus, let me do some verbatim shit real quick. I must confess that over the past few years, I have been gravely disappointed with the white moderate. I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling block in his stride towards freedom is not the White Citizen Council or the KKK, but the white moderate, who is more devoted to order than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice. Nowhere does Martin Luther King say anything about fucking silence in that spot. So when she is that angry by Nina quoting Martin Luther King, it just reminds me about their fucking quest for this negative peace that King was talking about. Negative peace, for anybody that don't know it, is not peace at all. It is absolutely the status quo. It is maintaining the perception of something and not giving people equitable treatment. So what fires me up about this is her argument, her shaking her head when Nina is correcting her. Instead of her saying, oh, I'm wrong or I may be wrong, she want to double down, interrupt what King's statement was, and Nina saying it to present her whiteness or her white slant on that man's cry from Birmingham's jail for fucking equity. And it wasn't the 60s when she did it. This was last year, man.
Mondale, and what's funny to me is I wish, believe it or not, even though I know that we need to acknowledge sometimes where we are and what we are, the only thing I say about Nina is I wish she didn't even have to say, as a black woman, who are you to talk to me about this as a black woman?
No, she absolutely did, Marcus, because she's
I get it. Just let me finish my statement. Let me finish my statement real quick, right?
Like, you said some crazy shit about Nina. I'm about to fight you, boy.
Yeah. No. The only thing because a fact is a fact. If we had have taken Nina out of that situation and put another random white woman in the same, and was saying the same things about that Nina said, even though that wasn't the situation, and of course that other woman would not have taken it as such privilege with another white person. So maybe I am thinking about this the wrong way. But if there had been another white person saying the same exact things, a fact is a fact is a fact. That means that we've gotten so used to perverting the history of Dr. King that white folks now create Dr. King as a thing that's their safety net. Moderates and Republicans use Dr. King as a thing that as a person that they could twist, moderate, flip, and utilize for their own well-being. We need to drill more oil. Dr. King said, we need more police. Dr. King said, we need to fund Wall Street and make sure Wall Street goes unchecked, because Dr. King said, and that was proof that they do it, because she just perverted a lie to a black woman about somebody. And it's a statement that we've made thousands and thousands of times. We know the burning house statement. We know we know way more than just Martin Luther King, I have a dream speech. That's the speech that they go to. That's the person that they think Dr. King is, and all of his teachings. When we well know that, you know, King was the prophetic King was a firebrand, and the American government wanted to take him out. Time for a break, man. I'm Marcus you can find me at Marcus for America. We haven't seen many super chats tonight. We like black preachers in the sense of the black preacher. We haven't seen many super chats tonight. We're gonna pass the head around real quick. If y'all like what y'all hearing from Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, feel free to pass donations around. Go to our Patreon account, and also feel free to give us super chat. If you are listening to this post, thank you for listening to this podcast version of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. We are on all of the major streaming podcasts. You can find us at all of the major services. Please share.
You have to rate. Yeah, you have to. Yes, Marcus, you have to share, but you guys also got to rate the podcast. We need y'all to rate our podcast. We also need the Trap Squad to make sure that you're subscribed to the podcast.
That's right. Make sure you rate us. Make sure you subscribe to us. And we're going to take a break. We'll be back soon.
Trap Squad, 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 Trap Squad. Hey! Clickbaity political. Yeah, Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Squirrel Squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let a voice be heard. Every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Yeah. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Yeah. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, let me hear ya. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, yeah I see you, yeah I see you. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, let me hear ya. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, yeah I see you, yeah I see you. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad.
Yo, we're back, y'all. Marcus is still on break. I was gonna say something before my internet sold me out. I was saying that our podcast should be a part of your daily dose of clickbaiting. It's necessary. If you go to the gym, if you walk, if you ride bikes, if you're in your car, you should be listening to us. Hopefully,
listen to it.
Somebody around you can hear it. So make sure you guys are subscribing and also rating that podcast. Please rate that podcast. It's important to us. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and you've not liked it yet, what you waiting on? If you don't like this, you must be saying you support white supremacy. If you don't like our podcast, you support white supremacy.
Go ahead and gaslight him, Mondale. Do it again.
I'm gonna get him.
Go ahead and gaslight him. Just pour it on. Hey,
get him, Chuck.
Hey, we're doing a little something. I've had some conversations about our website, guys, and hopefully that thing will start being worked on here sometime soon. Man, look, Cornel West is my homeboy.
I saw that shirt. I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Did you make that?
Real quick. I made it. Look who's on it.
This guy. Look at this guy. This guy. Mark,
not photoshopped. See, there you go. That's right.
Right.
We're coming up with ideas. And shout out to the letter hack. The letter hack is actually doing a little something for us also right now. So y'all about to see a little something here soon. Have fun tonight with your wife, letter hack. We see you, bro. We appreciate you. We appreciate the work you've done in the past and the work you're doing in the future. You want to get back to these politics, bro?
I'm taking this Mac in for fucking service tomorrow. I don't know what's going on. It keeps rejecting the internet. It keeps kicking me off the internet, man. This is not fair. It's not fair to me. I know y'all want to hear what I got to say, and y'all tired of hearing Marcus fucking talk. But it's this damn... It's that STEMI Wi-Fi, boy. That's that STEMI Wi-Fi. Thank y'all for those chats. Thank y'all. I see those chats coming in. We appreciate y'all.
Super chats, man. We appreciate it.
We appreciate that. Marcus, what we talking about next, my brethren?
A U.S. first. Shout out to the LGBTQIA community. And also, if you are an A in the LGBTQIA community, then show up, show out, and make sure you're just as active as any other letter. In that statement, the U.S. first. U.S. Senate confirmed transgender doctors for a key post. The U.S. Senate, and this is via The Independent, has confirmed former Pennsylvania Health Secretary Rachel Levine to be the nation's Assistant Secretary of Health. This is important, guys. This is very important. Voting mostly upon party lines, the U.S. Senate on Wednesday confirmed former Pennsylvania Health Secretary Rachel Levine to be the nation's Assistant Secretary of Health. She is the first openly transgender federal official to win Senate confirmation. The final vote was 52-48. Levine has been serving as Pennsylvania's top health official since 2017, emerged as the public face of the state's response to the coronavirus pandemic. She is expected to oversee the health and human services offices and programs across the U.S. President Joe Biden cited Levine's experience when he nominated her in January. Levine will bring steady leadership and essential expertise as we get the people through this pandemic, no matter their zip code, race, religion, sexual orientation, gender, identity, or disability, Biden said. Transgender rights activists hailed Levine's appointment as a historic breakthrough. Few trans people ever held high offices at the federal level, federal or state level. Shout out. Man. Really shout out.
Anybody that voted against Dr. Levine and voted for Donald Trump's nominees should be put on blast. Like anybody who voted against this doctor is absolutely.
Did my dog go quiet? He froze. He looks at peace. He looks at peace.
I say it's absolutely ridiculous that this much experience, has 48 senators voting against her. This is absolutely disgusting, man. And motherfuckers need to check them straight up. Because if you voted for Donald Trump nominees, you have no fucking business voting against Dr. Levine at all.
My thing is this right here, man. I don't care what you packing. I don't care who you having sex with. I don't care how your hair looks. I don't care about whether you are holding hands with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. Matter of fact, I don't care if you're cheating and I see you cheating. It ain't my business. Can you get the job done? Black people in America, people across America, poor folks across America, working class people across America have gone through the worst pandemic of American history. And we don't have single payer health care. So I want good people to administer the health care that we currently have. Yes, we need single payer health care. Yes, we need Medicare for all. But if we don't have that, okay, guess what? We need to keep fighting for it, but make sure that the health and the decency of Americans during the worst pandemic in American history actually works. And there's good people administrating it. And to be honest with you, leading Pennsylvania, a very populated state, through the coronavirus does give you qualifications to have the position that she has. And exactly as Mondale said, man, if you voted for a Trump nominee and you voted against her, you're sexist and you're also racist. Yeah, that's right. A lot of this has to do with race. Because, people in the Biden administration might do something to help brown and black folks. And we can't have that, can we now, Republicans? What you got, Mondale?
Man, listen,
God damn it. Is he frozen again?
Marcus, don't ask me shit else tonight, because every time you ask me something, this fucking internet freeze. Don't ask me shit else.
Hey, why you come back cussing me? Why you come back cussing me?
It's crazy. I think you did something to my internet. You got a question button. Every time you hit that fucking question button, I freeze. Don't ask me shit.
I mean, damn, bro.
I'm gonna fucking talk. I'm gonna talk when I want to talk. Ask me, because when you ask me, my shit freeze.
My dad, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you? I got a massage today, man. Can't you tell how calm I am?
Yeah. Hey, we need you to go back to the mansion, man. We need you to go back to the. No more going out, bro. Oh, what else we got?
Yeah,
what else we got on the docket? What else we got on the docket?
Virginia, man. We got to talk about Virginia.
That's a very good one. First, a couple of things before we get into this West Virginia article. And I didn't give a chance to see you guys the article, Dwayne. But I've been talking about it all day in my business. Therefore, I kind of keep both things separated. But Cuomo needs help. And Cuomo's in trouble. And we talked about this on our show before, but Cuomo is now the biggest weed advocate in America. That's right. Andrew Cuomo is the biggest marijuana advocate in America right now. So it takes a whole ass controversy to get you to come off your seat and try to legalize marijuana in one of the most metropolitan states in America, one of the biggest states in America, in the state of New York. So Cuomo is trying to fast track right now. Understand something? Fast track legalization of marijuana in the state of New York. Shout out to New York, because to be honest with you, we can listen to rap songs from the 80s and the 70s talking about how police and NYPD have arrested people for carrying cannabis. We can go back 40 years and talk about the state of New York and the city of New York and how both of these places literally have been locking up black and brown folks for years. The stop and frisk policies were about cannabis. If we find some weed on you in New York, we're going to throw you in jail. And now, all it took was a controversy that happened for Andrew Cuomo to go out of his way and try to fast track cannabis. And I'm torn.
Listen,
I'm a little confused.
Marcus, we both know that this is political. He's trying to get the heat off his ass. But I hope in this fast track thing, he's also releasing a bunch of people from New York jails that are locked up because of marijuana.
Yeah, I mean, so there's always an equity conversation. Anytime anyone says anything, you gotta understand something about the marijuana industry. Like Cuomo got more friends that are already multi-billionaires in the marijuana industry than I do, right? And I'm in the industry. So let's not get that confused, right? But a good thing is a good thing. When we talk about legalizing marijuana, it's more than just legalizing marijuana so we can start with citizens just going and being able to take their driver's license and going to a dispensary and buying cannabis. When we talk about legalizing marijuana, there's two extra conversations that you must have: the past and the future.
And ownership.
No, the future. Just follow what I'm saying, Mondale. The past and the future. When you talk about legalizing marijuana, if somebody's talking to you about legalizing the marijuana, they always talk to you about the right now. Well, I want to go buy weed right now, and I want to make, as an elected official, I want to make sure that you're able to go buy weed right now. And then that's it to an elected official. That's all they think about. They don't think about the families, the billions of dollars lost, and the families that have been affected by cannabis laws across the nation, no matter what color you are. So when I talk about the past, I talk about expungement. I talk about clearing records. I talk about the immediate release of people from jail cells that are serving multiple years for cannabis distribution. And to be quite honest with you, every other drug distribution also. But we'll start with cannabis. That's the past. And they'd also missed the point about talking about the future. And the future is the sales that happen when you allow people to go buy cannabis. Gentrification is rampant all over the nation. And I'm going to tell you something. The cannabis market is legal cannabis right now in America is literally the version of what Washington, D.C. when it comes down to gentrification. Legal cannabis is the most gentrified version of cannabis possible. Less than 10% ownership in the industry for Black and brown folks. The future, right as it stands right now, does not look bright because we want a certain segment of people to make money off of marijuana, and we want to ignore the segment of people that got arrested for selling marijuana and growing marijuana in the past. It's less than 5% ownership of African Americans when it comes down to growing and producing cannabis in America right now. Less than 15% ownership of African Americans when it comes down to this legal dispensary ownership of cannabis businesses right now. And these are because of laws and regulations that are created right now, not like 50 years ago, but right now. So when Andrew Cuomo says to me, I want to legalize marijuana, I say, great, legalize it now. How many Black people in the state of New York, how many Black folks in Bronx, the Brooklyn, and even Manhattan are going to be able to get their hands on the dispensary? And are you going to make sure that their family members receive the proper restitution for legal cannabis? I talk about that, and I talk about that in a sincere manner because, to be honest with you, we are creating a system right now where the rich get richer and the poor go right on in and keep buying cannabis. And it's going to be legal for them to take funding out of our neighborhoods when our weed man used to be Black. Our weed man used to be the guy right down the street that had bags of weed and risked his goddamn life to bring all those cannabis products to your neighborhood. White folks, Black folks, your neighborhood, your weed man right now should have his own dispensary. Yes, he should. Instead, he has to compete with international billionaires and state laws and making sure that he has upward most of $10 million in the bank account in some cases to prove to the state that he has that he can build out a cannabis property. And that's how they keep us out of it. So when it comes down to cannabis, it comes down to two things, and that is the past and the future. So Cuomo just saying he wants to legalize weed is one thing, but when he talks about equity, he's talking about another thing. And that's all I got on cannabis tonight, folks. Mondale. You're mute, man.
What do I need to say after that, brother? I mean, shit, that was everything. That's it right there. That summed it all up. I will say that, like, what's a small thing, or what's not a small thing that people sometimes forget about is, like, not just releasing people, because releasing people from prison ain't enough. You owe them people money. So people should get, there should be restitution. Also, property taken, any property seized around marijuana should be handed back over, or they should be fucking, it should be made whole. So I just want to add that.
Absolutely. What's our next story, Tunde? I know we got a couple more left.
Reparation, baby. We gotta go to Virginia and reparations.
Virginia and reparations. Mondale, you want to leave?
We had reparation in Indiana, but let's talk about Virginia first. Virginia became the first state that was part of the Confederate to outlaw the death penalty. That's right, death penalty. When Ralph Northam, the governor of Virginia, signed this bill that was passed by the Democrat-controlled state legislature, he said, it is high time to get rid of the death penalty, which is a no fucking brainer. Part of his reasoning was about the racist undertone associated with who gets killed by the death penalty, meaning more black people are more likely to be killed or receive the death penalty, especially when the victim is white, than white people are. So we know there's racism. He also touted or said that, there's an opportunity or there's a chance when you give somebody the death penalty that you are also killing an innocent person. We know that there are flaws in the death penalty, right? And how it's carried out and who gets it. So shout out to Virginia for doing this. I think it's well beyond time that we ended the death penalty in this entire country. It's an archaic situation. And if the death penalty was about deterring murder, we know that's not what fucking happened. Virginia is important that it's leading the Confederate in ending the death penalty, because it killed more people with the death penalty since they enacted it in 1608 or some shit like that. So shout out to Virginia for doing this. This is big news for people who are abolitionists, people who fought and fight on behalf of ending prisons and also death penalty. This is a big step for sure.
Well, two things that happens when you end death penalty. Number one thing is it gives innocent people the opportunity to prove that they're innocent a little bit further. And as technology gets better, as science gets better, as time goes by, people tend to be a little bit more truthful. What we found, is you see a lot more people who get proven innocent after serving life sentences in comparison to getting killed during some portion of the death penalty. Second thing is this right here. If you are guilty of killing somebody, you get to be allowed to get your ass whipped every single goddamn day in jail by people who know you wrong. I like justice. I like real justice. So, yeah, that might be the wrong thing for me to say. That might not be the most intersectional thing for me to say. But that's how I feel about it. If you actually rape and kill someone, if you actually murder innocent people, and I don't want you to just like die. You're looking to die already. You already know. No. Spend some time in there with Big Brutus. Let Big Brutus get his hands on you. Let some version of justice. And I want you to suffer a little bit. And that might be wrong, but families really need that. But the most important thing, obviously, is that it gives people an opportunity to prove their innocence. And we know that this is a corrupt justice system as we speak right now. This is a corrupt justice system. And skin color plays a heavy role in who's guilty and who's not. If we counted the amount of people, the amount of black men, the amount of black people who were innocent and proven innocent after their death, it's enough to justification to end the death penalty as it is right now. What you got next, Mondale?
And I mean, if you kill one person that's innocent, that's a reason to get rid of the death penalty.
And we know this country's killed plenty of innocent folk in the death penalty. So absolutely, I'm glad it's gone. It needs to go away all over this country, and I'll say that until it happens. Man,
I didn't, Mondale. I didn't know you were as strong on against the death penalty as you are. Where'd that come from? What happened? What made you? I hope you don't pause after I ask you this question. But what made you like such a proponent against the death penalty?
It doesn't serve a purpose. If the correctional system is to correct behavior, or if the penalties you receive is to deter the crime that you committed, the death penalty has failed epically at doing that. So I think it's archaic. It's you're punishing somebody for taking a life by taking a life. It makes no sense to me. So I've always been against it, man. I actually used to do work for. I used to be a board member actually for the murder victims' families against death penalty.
Okay, bad, cool. Speaking of board memberships, Mondale, you're a member of a couple of boards, and I got I hopefully within the next few weeks, there's a board that interviewed me a couple of actually yesterday that I'm going to be very, very happy if I become elected to that board, and I will be very excited to share with everyone. And it has to do with cannabis, but it is what it is. Last story of the night, and then we can I guess we can call it in, man. Damon Young, our brother with the Root and Very Smart Brothers. He said, I'm not really into hyperbole or whatever, but Usher's You Don't Have to Call is the best song ever made. You don't have to call. It's okay, girl. So what you think, Mondale? Is that the best song ever made?
I know what he was going for when he did this. I mean, I remember this video. That video was dope as shit, and it was like that. I think also though, he's out of his fucking mind. It is not the best song ever made. No way. However, like for him, we're talking best song, so it's all about like how you feel about a song. And I mean, the article was well done in that he's talking about what music does and how it transcends art, and it becomes a part of like emotional evoking certain emotions, so it becomes a part of your life and what you're going through at that moment. So maybe he was going through a bad breakup, and that's why he felt that way. But this song is no way near the best song ever fucking written.
What give me a top 5, bro. What's the top 5 best songs ever written, man? Anything.
I would say in no particular order. The Eagles, what's the name of the fucking song? Shit. Desperados, sorry, not California. Desperados by the Eagles. Otis Redding, Cigarettes and Coffee.
Well done.
Michael Jackson, Thriller. Bone Thugs and Homie, Crossroads, and probably Janis Joplin, Mercedes Benz.
Woo, Janis Joplin. Yeah. Well done, sir. Yeah, no, that was really good. So my favorite is like Queen Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, I see a little silhouette of them, man. That might be, to me, if you're going to make an argument about one of the greatest songs ever, that might be the greatest song ever. I mean, song, right? Like, they brought that song about 20 years after it was hot and made it hot again. Wayne's World made it hot twice, right? So, Bohemian Rhapsody, Elevators, man, by Outkast, right? Me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Yeah, I mean, this is good. If we talk about good songs, there's a song by, I want to say Aerosmith, that was just an absolute bang. And then I'm gonna be lame.
The song where he says, "Even when I dream, the sweetest dream will not do."
That's it. That's the one. That's the one right there.
I love that song.
Yeah. And then there's the Beatles. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah. I mean, it might be lame, but it was a happy ass song. And every time I hear it, I don't feel like I want to murder somebody. You know what I mean? I think there's like 3 of the greatest songs ever on Lauryn Hill's album that she came out with. Like there's like you could just kind of pick and choose, but you got to choose one. Can't necessarily choose one. But Lauryn Hill probably made one of the greatest songs ever. And then, you know, I mean, No Woman, No Cry, Bob Marley.
Oh man.
Like come on, man. Like how you know what I mean? No woman, no cry. And even women say that to each other. Like, I need you to get away from me. Cause why? Because no woman, no cry. Bob Marley made so many good songs, but No Woman, No Cry was that one that is like, you know, universal. So I mean, you know, greatest songs ever. I don't think that Usher's You Don't Have to Call was even anywhere close to my top 100 list, to be honest with you. But I'm not mad at Damon. Damon got his thing. The brother might have been going through his thing. And keep riding, brother Damon.
I remember when we used to sit in the government yard in Trenchtown. Observing the hypocrites. He said observing the hypocrites, bro. That shit was political, boy.
Yo. Mike Barnett, you're absolutely right. I gotta listen to the Trap Squad. Aretha Franklin, I Say a Little Prayer for You.
Oh, that's a dope song. It ain't in my top 5.
I mean, listen. If you put on that song right there and you listen to it in the right mindset and the right like stereo, like you're sitting in the room with Aretha Franklin, and she's literally singing a little prayer for you. Has to be the right tone, you know what I mean? And so there's like okay, You're All That I Need with Mary J. Blige and Method Man.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? Like there's so many just crazy. Don't Worry, Be Happy. Bobby McFarlane. You know what I mean? Don't worry.
Okay. Somebody
be
said
happy.
Doves cry.
Prince, come on, man. You know what I mean? What's the name of the song by Michael Jackson? Because Michael Jackson got a couple of them, but
hell yeah. I mean, Michael Jackson, We Are the World. Inner City Blues is hard as hell.
Lady of My Life, Michael Jackson. Lady of My, okay.
On and on and on.
Matter of fact, that's it. That's the greatest song ever made. Lady of My Life by Michael Jackson is the greatest song ever made.
I don't know, man.
Hey, I mean, if you can name a song that tops Lady of My Life by Michael Jackson, I will give it to you. I will literally give you ownership of this list. But until you come up with a better song than Lady of My Life by Michael Jackson.
I got one better than that.
All right.
Trap Queen by Fetty Wap.
Well, hold on. I got one better than that. Bad and Bougie by fucking
nigga. Marcus made it play it. Nigga.
You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Lady of My Life by Michael Jackson and Adore by Prince. Until the end of time, I'll be there for you.
I got a song better than Adore too. International Player Anthem. Outkast and UGK.
Yeah. I typed a text to a girl I used to see, told her that I met this cutie pie with whom I want to be. And I apologize if this message gets you down. And I CC'd every girl that I see around town. Come on, Andre.
Marcus. Hold on.
Yo,
Marcus.
listen. That's right.
You skipped an important part. You skipped an important part.
What?
He said, I typed the message to a girl I used to see, and I CC'd every girl around town.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yo.
Listen. That hey.
I mean, if
listen.
you're talking about if you're talking about some player
that's
shit,
a very good one right there.
He sent a group message. He sent a group message about his marriage. That's some pimp shit.
Yeah. How about the final countdown in the 80s? Like, listen, there's so many good songs. There's so many good songs, but I just
what about
like
Ghostbusters?
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Then who you gonna call? Ghost, man. Listen, first off, abolish the Ghostbusters, man. Ghost deserve the right to roam around America, the world free.
What about Feed Me Seymour, performed by The Plant on Little Shop of Horrors?
From Little Shop of Horrors. Hey, yo, Tisha Campbell was in that. You remember that?
She was.
Yeah, Tisha Campbell was in that. I mean, there's my president is black. Jeezy.
Fuck Donald Trump. YG.
That's right. YG. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, we can break it down in like political songs too, right? I think we had this conversation before, but there's so many, like I'm still gonna stick with my two, man. Michael Jackson, Lady of My Life, and Prince Adore.
I crushed them. I'm with Tunde on that. That wasn't even the best song on the album. Prince did Diamonds and Pearls. Did you forget that?
Yeah, but Adore is better than Diamonds and Pearls.
Shame on you, Marcus. I hope you break your toenail tonight.
Hey, wait a minute. Why would you wish something so painful on me? I would never ever wish that on you, dude.
Not all the way, just to the spot where it really begins to bleed.
That's the fucking spot that hurts the worst. What are you talking about?
No, what hurts the worst
I thought we were friends.
What hurts the worst if you said Adore is
right there.
Listen, what hurts the worst if you said Adore is better than Diamonds and Pearls?
Adore is better than Diamonds and Pearls. Adore is better than Diamonds and Pearls. We go listen to the album. If we bought some copyright for this show, I'd play that shit right now, and everybody in the Trap Squad would agree with me.
This is not the Clickbaity or the Trap Squad that listens to music on the show.
Time out. Look, hey, this is what we can do, because this conversation is better with the songs. So let's table this for now and save this for a Patreon conversation, and we can actually play some music with it.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
I'm with that.
I'm with that. I'm absolutely with that.
Mark, we're about to have a versus on Patreon.
My playlist versus your playlist?
Yeah. 20 songs. Get your 20 songs together.
Beat your motherfucking ass, Mondale, because you're a weirdo.
Get your shit together. We're gonna have a
weirdo, Mondale. I'm gonna whoop
versus.
your motherfucking ass. This is gonna be
I am
great,
a weirdo.
bro.
But I'm a weirdo that loves music, man. So watch yourself, homie.
You don't love music more than me, man. Cornel West is my homeboy.
I'm gonna play Ghostbusters.
Talking about some goddamn Ghostbusters. I'm about to spank your ass, Mondale.
I'm gonna explain that to you.
Go join Patreon. Hey, Mondale, you know what? Let's lock this in right now. When you want to do this,
set a date.
Get your life right, nigga. Let's go.
I'm ready.
Hold on.
You ain't ready?
Look.
You talking about Ghostbusters?
Let's do this.
And not even the Bobby Brown Ghostbusters.
That's the one I was talking about.
Let's set a date a couple weeks out so that both of y'all can get your 20-song playlist together. We're gonna do it on Patreon, and the patrons are gonna be the judges. At the end of the night, we got a winner.
Oh, I'm about to smoke your ass. I'm about to smoke your ass.
You're not gonna smoke Mondale. You're not gonna smoke me.
Oh, I promise you
we gotta create rules. All right. So what if one of us comes with, and you cannot use a song that was brought up tonight unless it was your song. You can't take my songs from me. So don't be trying to take Adore and don't be trying to take the songs.
Why would I take Adore when Diamonds and Pearls exist?
Dog, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. I already 1-0 Marcus. I already won that. 1-0. Marcus already won that one right there. But bring that whack ass song to the table so I can go ahead and beat your ass.
Ooh, yes. Boy, I'm gonna hit your ass with some. I'm gonna hit your Uncle Charlie gonna be in there, motherfucker.
I'm gonna hit you with Shy. Just because you made that sound.
I'm gonna hit you with some Cancel Kelly. I'm gonna hit you with some Cancel Kelly.
Do do.
I'm gonna hit you with some Cancel Kelly.
Da da do.
I'm gonna hit you with some Trapped in the Closet.
That I saw your brown eyes.
Nigga, I'm gonna get you some trap in the closet, nigga.
Oh, well, actually, yeah. See, that's gonna win. See, thank you. Keep telling me your strategy because I got to come up with more powerful shit.
Right there. That's 34-0 for me. Because I'm in the trap in the closet. It was like 34 of the motherfuckers. Like,
hey, I'm just gonna
won the competition.
Remind you that Mondale has to resort to a fucking child abuser.
Oh, what, motherfucker? I'm joking. I said Ghostbusters. You know I'm joking. Hell no.
I just want to remind y'all that he can't beat me on his merits. He has to use illegal.
I wish.
Hey, Mandela trying to Cosby y'all and throw drugs in y'all ear.
I was rolling through the hood, just stopped by to say, what's up?
Hey, listen. You've been watching Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap.
Hold on, Mark. Dwayne got another video.
Oh, you got one more? Okay.
And like these other battle rappers, they talk too much, saying I can't use the N-word in this battle. My nigga, I just call. Hey. These other battle rappers, they talk too much, saying I can't use the N-word in this battle. My nigga, I just call you.
I was stupid, really stupid. Something told me deep inside, better not do it. What a dummy, such a dummy.
Yo. Hey, Dwayne, play that again because you caught the wrong video. I mean, you caught the wrong guy. Not the guy who was shot. Watch the guy who's laughing behind him.
And like these other battle rappers, they talk too much, saying I can't use the N-word in this battle. My nigga, I just call. These other battle rappers, they talk too much, saying I can't use the N-word in this battle. My nigga, I just call you.
I was stupid, really stupid. Something told me deep inside, better not do it. What a dummy, such a dummy.
Ooh. Hey, before we go, I'm gonna do this one more time. I think we're dope. And we're gonna do everything that we can to expand our reach because Trap Squad, y'all have been not bothering us, but supporting us so much. More than really ourselves. Me and Mondale do this kind of for fun. We for fun and because we see the necessity in education and communication with our people. And I'm starting to realize, Trap Squad, that I realize this. Our biggest advocates is you. You guys are our biggest advocates. We can't do as much as the hundreds of people, actually the thousands of people that watch us. So if you're watching this right now, if you're listening to this on a podcast, tell somebody about us for real. And explain to folks, okay, you know what? When they ask for super chats and all that stuff, that they're just literally trying to make enough money to keep their organization, to keep their company afloat, so we can keep doing this right here. This is a group think thing. Me and Mondale aren't making money off of this show, but we enjoy doing this right here, and we just need your help. So feel free to advertise this show any way that you care about. If you want to email somebody special, if you want to talk to a major network, if you want to go and give your cell phone to a crackhead and say, watch this, and I'll be back for my cell phone. Whatever it might be.
Hey, I also know I got on good accord that giving Clickbaity as birthday gifts is a wonderful thing too.
That's real. Because we give you news and you can always get this information from anywhere else, but we give it to you in a way that I think you only see from your crazy ass uncles or your brothers or your sisters or your friend at work who might not know about this show. So tell your friend at work, hey man, I got a show that reminds me of you. Whatever it is, just make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and drop us a super chat every now and then, so we can do what we got to do to keep going. That's all I got. Mondale, you got anything else, my brother?
Shout out to Tina Lulu Mack for sharing the show on other people's chats. We love that. That's all I got.
Oh yeah. And I haven't done this much, but shout out to our international viewers. Shout out to our Australian friends. Shout out to our folks over in London right now, right? Who are watching us,
Canada.
I believe, either late night or
Canada.
they're about to go to work, right? Shout out to our California folks. Y'all are international too, at least to my black ass in Georgia. And shout out to our folks like in Asia and all the different places that like Greenland. Yo, we got people watching us in Greenland right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all checking us out.
We love y'all. Dwayne, get us out of here.
Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Hey, clickbaity political. Yeah, ThirstTrap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard. Every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Yeah. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Yeah. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Clickbaity, ThirstTrap, trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you.